Hi friends, welcome back. It's Friday and also the last day of February. So today I want to go over everything that I got done in February, where I am at with my goals for the month. And since tomorrow is the start of a new year for me, I want to share with you the goals I have for this coming year, but more on that later. So all in all, I have been doing pretty well this week, trying to get things done. However, as you can see here, I have a lot to do today. It is all the things that I've been moving around in the week and not getting done, but I am determined to finish strong. So even though it is close to 11 at this point, let me take you along as I run around getting things done. Please keep in mind that I have a relatively small window to be able to get this video done in peace, which means I really gotta get going on these. First up, let's get this laundry folded. It's been sitting around since Monday. And voila. All right, let's put this away and see what's next on the list. All right, here we are. Let's get that checked off. And then let's check it off from our cleaning tasks. Excellent. All right, next we have making a video, which is happening now. Fixing lights on the car, that is something that's happening behind the scenes. Then I have to schedule a neuter appointment for my foster cat. And since I am filming on my phone and I need my phone for that, we'll circle back. The following thing on the list is dishes and cleaning the counters and then scrubbing the roasting sticks. So let's go to the kitchen and see what we have going on over there. All right, friends, here we are in the kitchen. These are the dishes that got done earlier in the week and have not been put away yet. And then we have a sink full here, including our roasting forks that are soaking. Let's soak them on the other side a little bit. So we have this, and we have a couple more things over here, including my morning coffee cup, which we can't fit in the sink right now if we're going to deal with these sticks. So let's get these clean dishes put away and these dirty dishes done. All right, here we are. The roasting sticks have been scrubbed. I found one, or at least one, that definitely just needs to go in the trash, but the other ones are looking pretty good. And all the other dishes got put away and new dishes replaced those on the drying rack. Let's go check this one off the list. Let's see, dishes and counters got wiped up after cleaning the dishes. The sticks got scrubbed. That means we can flip back to our goals here. We have another thing checked off from that due someday list. Okay, let's go back to today. What's next? I guess I'm going to run around and do a few things at the same time. I want to wash my hair, which means I'm going to go and turn on the heater in the bathroom so that warms up while I finish up with other things. I am going to pause you guys so I can call the vet and schedule that neuter appointment. And I will water the plants. Let's go. All right, friends, this is where we are. I have watered the plants. I called the vet's office to schedule the appointment for the neuter, but it turns out they need to do blood work first. So I have an appointment for next week for blood work, but I was not able to schedule the neuter. So although this is great progress, I cannot count this as having completed that task off my due someday list. I did go back into my list to find something else that I could possibly get done, something that wouldn't take a lot of time, because some of those things are multi-step. And I did find one thing, which is sending an email. It's an awkward email that I've been putting off, and that's how it ended up on my due someday list. But it is important, so I'm going to work on that now. All right, I'm back. I was able to send that email, so I can check that off. Now let's go back through our list here. I canceled my brunch because it just was not going to happen today. So we're doing a rain check, hopefully for next week. I am working on the video, so I won't be able to check that off until it's finished. I can't show you that. Like I said, the light on the car is getting fixed, but that's at the mechanic now, so I can't check that off yet until it is done. And I will be washing my hair after I'm finished with the video, so I won't check that off either. Like I said, I did send that email that I was dreading. Let's go back into my other list, see what I can check off there. For cleaning, I should be all done with this. I did do a second dishwashing for the week. I did water my plants for the week. And when I did the dishes, I did do the counters as well. I wiped those down. All right, so we are all good here on the cleaning. Let's flip back to our goals. And here we can put that we did complete 11 out of 11 tasks on our cleaning list. And that is a 100% success. I did want to have this average out to be over 90. So even though we have a bit of a lower number in the beginning of the month, I did pull through for the rest of the month. Therefore, I considered this goal to be completed. And for that, I can color in my heart. Yay! Please cue the applause. I have to admit, doing this, my place has been cleaner than it has been in the past few months. All right, let's go look at other goals. Now for the health insurance goal, I'm still missing one document to be able to do my taxes. And I could have done more on this to pursue this document, but I did not. So this goal, completely no progress on. As far as the weight loss goal here, admittedly, I did not weigh myself today. I usually don't weigh myself that often. So I don't know what further progress I've made, but even with what I have here, I will consider this goal half done. And I still feel like that's pretty good. I may not have lost the 5 pounds I was planning for, but I was being more mindful to incorporate more movement and healthy eating into my day-to-day. And so I am making progress in the right direction here. And then for the 10 things from the someday list, like I said, I am working on that. I was not able to schedule the neuter appointment, but I did send that email. So let's add that. And the other task from that list is getting the car headlight fixed. So let's put that here. Okay. And let's check off that I sent that email. And again, I won't have that headlight fixed until the afternoon when I pick up my car, but barring anything crazy, that is going to get fixed. So I can check off that goal and check off that I did complete all 10 things from my do someday list, which did make a pretty good dent in that list. I'm very happy. Those are definitely things I had been putting off. All right, guys. And then last but not least, the 3 videos a week. I have been doing pretty well on that. I am working on this last one here. I won't check it off until it gets published, but I feel like I can go ahead and confidently color in this heart and consider this goal completed because I am pretty sure this is going to get done today and is going to get published, again, barring anything crazy happening. So all in all, if I zoom out here, out of the 5 goals that I had, I did complete 3.5. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm proud of myself for getting all that done, and I hope to be just as productive in the months to come. Speaking of that, let me take you over to my new journal. All right, friends, it's time to close one notebook and start another. Today, I want to go over my goals for the new year. As I have mentioned in a prior video, I don't start my New Year's resolutions or goals on January 1st. I start these for the new year after my birthday month ends in February. So I typically spend February thinking about what it is that I want to get done in the new year, reflecting back on the old one, and so on. So here we are. Welcome to the beginning of my new year. All right, so here I have the goals that I am setting for this coming year. The theme for this year that I have is out with the old and in with the new. So what I did here is I look back on all my journals from the last 7 years. And I looked back on these 7 years to see goals. And trust me, there were some that I have been setting every year, not getting them completed and transferring them to the new year, and not getting them completed and transferring them to the new year, rinse and repeat. So I reflected back on these 7 years to see what things are still important to me, what things I need to let go of, what needs to get done, so I'm never back in this vicious cycle again. And from all that, these goals were born. This certification I have thought about getting for the past, I don't know how many years, probably more than the 7 that I have used the notebook. I've filled out the application for it without filing it. I've gone back and forth if I really wanted. But ultimately, although it's not necessary, it is something that will be helpful in securing certain jobs, and it really doesn't have any drawbacks. So perhaps it's time to get this done. Another one here on the list is a lofty one. I'll give you that. I have, throughout the years, made different goals about cleaning and organizing and letting go of things I don't need. And I've done okay with that, but there are still things I have packed up in boxes since I moved over 10 years ago. Also, like many women, I have way too many clothes, and many of those are in sizes I'll never be again. And to top that off, I live in a place that does tend to flood on a pretty regular basis. So since I've lived here, I've been through 3 or 4 flood events, and all the stuff that I have needs to be managed during those events or it gets damaged. So the less I have, the easier it is for me to keep it organized and know what's actually valuable so I can protect it in the inevitable flood of the future. And I know 1,000 seems like a lot, but I do have a whole year to get that done. I will be breaking that down into smaller chunks so we can be successful. And now I have you guys to keep me accountable. Next one on the list is to start therapy. I have struggled with my mental health in the past with depression in several different forms, as well as a more recent bout of anxiety when I ultimately burned out at my job. And I have genuinely had find a therapist on my goals list for most of the years that I've had a journal. Finally, it's getting put in on the list for this year, and it's happening. Next I have on here is making a snake friend. And this is because I do love all animals. I'm not overly concerned about spiders or mice or whatever other critters. However, I've never been comfortable with snakes, and that has presented in different ways throughout the years. There were times where I was just very uncomfortable, and there were times where I was truly horrified. And since I really enjoy outdoor activities, it is inevitable to run into one of these little slithery critters. So I'm not really sure what success here is going to look like. Perhaps it's going to be handling a snake. I'm not really sure, but it's on the list. It's been on the list for a few years, and this might be the year to make real progress on this. And then on this side of my goals, I have some more fun ones because life cannot be all work and no play. For my 5th goal, I have learning 2 new skills. Hopefully, these are skills that will interest me and benefit me. Next, I have visiting 6 new places. I've had a similar goal for the last few years, and I've done very well with it. And before that, I was not one to want to travel anywhere. So this has been a fun goal in the past, and I want to do more. I want to visit more new places. Next, I want to read 6 books for growth. Now, whether those will be related to a new skill or self-help, I want books that will help me grow as a person. And finally, my 8th goal here is having 12 new experiences. I think it's so fun to get out of your comfort zone and explore the world and what it has to offer. There are only so many things that you can do for the first time, and it is a privilege and joy when you get to find one of those things. So hopefully I'll be able to find 12 things this year. So altogether, I want everything to work seamlessly, my theme to be reflected in my goals. And then here I have a little focus, and this is essentially what I want the outcomes of the year to be. I want to maintain a clean and organized home. I want to be more on time and prepared without the stress that usually goes along with that. I want to connect with people and experience joy through that. And lastly, a more practical focus. I want to catch up on all my medical appointments, and I want to fit back into my office clothes, which will tie back into getting rid of things because I want to get rid of a lot of my clothes this year. I want to see if I can still fit into my office wardrobe, which I really love, but have not been able to use in the last few years. So throughout this month, my video schedule will look like this. Every Friday, I will be working in my journal and showing you how I set up my yearly plan. I will be setting up pages for tracking and planning, many of which will be very similar to what others do in their bullet journals, because like I said, my journal is very similar. So I hope to see you here for that. Every Wednesday, I will be doing a video where I discuss my goals, how I am breaking them down and how I'm making progress on them, and how that all fits in with my focus for the year. So you can kind of follow along that journey. And then Mondays, we'll be planning the week ahead and reviewing the week past, how well I'm doing on my to-do lists that help me make progress towards my goals, and planning the week to make sure that everything gets done. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you Monday when we talk about the first week of March. If you have not started on any goals this year, I really encourage you to grab a piece of paper, write a few top things that you want to accomplish, and follow along with me so we can get stuff done together. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.